All right, guys, welcome to our life in the Philippines. So we had some. By the way, some of you have been asking for this guy. Where is he? And here he's hiding in his bedroom upstairs most of the time. There's not much you can do when you have when you have this quarantine going on.
Yeah, lots of Facebook and lots of emails.
Lots of Facebook, email. Yeah, but you have a little bit of side work where you work on your projects overseas, and so that side work. It works out pretty good, doesn't it?
It works out all right.
Yeah. All right. So what happened today was President Duterte announced
an
extension of this quarantine
to our lockdown.
So he locked us up for another 2 weeks. It's going to be, this time I think it's going to be May 15, and then we'll go from there. I'm wondering sometimes why they really do this, because as far as I know, and as far as we know, you heard from the guard that they had COVID in here, right? But I asked the former barangay captain here today, and he works for the mayor's office, and he confirmed to me that there is not one case inside this barangay.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the good news. I think.
Yeah,
I think
that's wonderful news. That they saw an American.
They tried to scare you to stay home.
Yeah, well.
You look scary when you're out there. You're so big. No. So seriously, he told me today. I spoke to him. He's actually been helping us, with a little bit of feeding of rice and other things we've been doing. So he's been helping us quite a bit, and. It's been eventful in a sense. We can see here now, people don't have a whole lot, and it starts getting a little difficult for some people.
Yeah, it's really sad.
It's pretty sad. The situation it's not fun for most of the people in here. I mean, we are fine. I have my pension. Things are coming in so far. You don't know. That might stop one of these days too. But
for people that have for people that have resources, this is not a problem. But for people that don't have any resources, this is a trying time. On top of it, they put an alcohol ban on these people.
Yeah, they put alcohol ban in the entire city, and also Angeles City. I mean,
everywhere, yes.
Any place where they have the extended quarantine is actually having a complete alcohol ban.
So I guess it gave them time to dry them?
To dry them out? Yeah, but now we're dealing with all...
Now they're dealing with all the reality.
Reality from people that are getting shaky because they don't have their Red Horse or something.
Yeah, I don't drink, so it doesn't really matter to me. But
no, I don't drink either.
Some of the way they handle things here, and I don't want to be critical. Sometimes I believe everything that they're doing sort of defeats the purpose. They let you go out so that you can go shopping for food, and they put you in a line with people. It's like, shows for social distance. Yeah, right. Make them obey.
Make them obey.
Make them obey.
Yeah. Well, social distance definitely does not work inside here. We see that when we are out now with our rice and rice feeds and other things that we've been doing, people just not abide by it. 1 out of 50 might wear a mask, last few times we've been out, we just tell people to stay back, stay in their homes. We drop it off outside the door basically, and then we try to move on. So that's that. And what else do we have? Yeah, you have had a little dramatic stuff, right?
I'm used to walking a lot. I usually walk between 8 to 12 miles a day.
Right.
on a regular basis. But since the quarantine, I haven't been able to do very much. I had surgery on my leg in 2018, and after that, there were some. It didn't all come out perfect, so when I don't get to exercise or get massage regularly, I develop an abscess that always comes out in the same place. And well, this time was no different.
Right.
This morning was the big event and blew up.
And the leg blew up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some photographs. They're not pretty.
Not pleasant.
But you feel better because
Oh,
they.
yeah, of course. That's
Yeah,
good now.
it makes it hard to be out there walking. Obviously, it's like me. I've been wanting to do some real content for the channel and all that thing, and I just can't do it. They won't allow you out and
And I come to
roam
find
around.
out now that it's safer to be outdoors in the sun. The latest studies that
I saw some of that too. They said something. Anything that has 25 degrees and the sun on it, it
Yes.
actually evaporates in
Basically-
very short period of time.
Basically, you're better off being outdoors than being indoors. And you're better off being in the sun. And I always believe that you're out in the sun, you're out breathing fresh air, and it is warm out there, or in the Philippines, it's hot out there.
Yeah, what do we have today? Like 30 plus degrees, 35 degrees, which is in high 90s, low hundreds, something like that. It's been really hot.
And humid. Ask my shirts. It's just been really hot, and I'd rather be outdoors, get a little bit of breeze, even though it's warm or hot out there. You feel alive while you're out there walking.
Right.
And it's nice.
Yeah,
But you're
and
indoors.
now you actually have fresh air here.
Yeah.
No jeepneys, no trikes, no nothing. So
Truthfully,
it was,
I've been breathing fresh air. Maybe this whole thing on a planetary basis was a sign to hey, let Mother Earth breathe fresh air.
breathe fresh air in Philippines at least.
Most of the world is
Right.
in a sort of quarantine or another. But
Yeah.
anyways, now it's kind of curious there. I want to find out the difference overall about your country, Sweden, that did not stop anything.
They did not stop and quarantine people on a massive scale. However, what they did, they quarantined people like me, old folks, old farts.
Yes,
They quarantined the older population. I don't know if it was 65 or 70 plus. They were asked to stay home, and also those with pre-existing conditions.
Okay.
And I just read up a little bit about it today and yesterday. Actually, I looked at it, and it seems like the data from Sweden, coming in from Sweden, is none worse than Germany's data. It's about on the same level as far as percentage goes and all that.
And it's one of the better
And Germany shut down completely. So the point is, Sweden stayed open, didn't fully crash the economy. Germany closed down completely,
Yeah.
and are going to have to pay severely for restoring the economy down the road. So
There's no question that there's a damage to all this, and it's going to be very interesting. The investigation with the World Health Organization of what's going to happen if they really find out that this was out of a laboratory and it came out of China or something like that, or wherever it may have come out from. It's just not going to be nice. I believe that something nefarious happened.
Yeah,
It's my gut feeling. And I'm not a conspiracy or anything like that, but this has the earmarkings of not nefarious in the sense that the virus was created. Nefarious in the sense that they knew what this virus was doing and they didn't stop it or didn't tell people on time. That is, to me, a crime.
Yeah, well, what I feel is that, and I think that's a feeling of a lot of people that has read up on this and studied this, is that China actually stopped everything inside the country. They blocked off the domestic traffic. They blocked off the city. Nobody was getting in and out. I mean, it was a total lockdown.
Total lockdown. For the international people.
International airport remained open, and I just saw.
Activity.
And I just saw today that almost 600,000 people went through that airport and left for Europe, United States, and other places. So almost 600,000 people, and how many of those had coronavirus? Nobody knows. So
maybe didn't have it, but they were carriers, or
I mean, if you're a carrier, you most likely have the infection, and that's another thing we see now. I read some reports, and I mean, I don't want to make this to a news bureau, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
When blood donors comes in to donate blood, and they find
they have the antibodies.
Antibodies in their blood, and I saw in one research it could be as high as 15% of the blood donors in several countries had those high numbers, and that means that
people had it without even knowing.
People had it
thought
without.
It was a flu because it's so similar. You know?
Yeah, it's very similar to the flu. So who knows? You know, I had flu in. When I came back from Morong, who knows? I don't know.
Maybe you were crowned. And
maybe I wasn't old enough. Maybe it didn't get me because I wasn't old enough. I don't know. Anyway, so you know, time will tell, I think.
The important thing, folks, is stay calm. Eventually, this too shall pass, as they say.
Yeah.
Wash your hands every day. Social distance. Well, there's wonderful things that they teach us. Who knows? Maybe that helps lower
a lot of that can be, you know, if you leave if they would have left the country open like Sweden did, if you follow the social distancing, wash your hands, keep your hygiene, all that, I think we wouldn't have to shut down as much.
Don't hug and kiss like Italians and
Spaniards and even the French. And you can see what happens there, you know, and the numbers are pretty high. All right, so on another note, we have, on my desk here, I have a lot of, what do you call it?
Baby milk.
Baby milk. Formula.
For children from 0 to 6.
0 to 6
from
months.
6 to 12 months, and then from 1 year to 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of it here. I have, and we're actually going to try to get some out because the situation is such that we need to get some out to families out here.
I am really concerned about this government not doing anything for their people. And I'm not saying they didn't do anything. They did a very bare minimum. How many times did they send out to us?
Well, we're on day 40 right now here. And they have been by twice. And the last time they were here, the first time they dropped off, I think, 3 kilo rice, 5 cans of sardines. And I think I had that in the video. They came by 2 days ago. Dropped off 2 kilo rice, no sardines, no coffee, no other things than just 2 kilo rice. That's all they dropped off. But I also verified today that the entire barangay has more than 1,000 homes here. Actually, every single one got the 2 kilo. Even I got one. Because they said, put your chair out.
Yeah, how long does 2 kilos or 3 kilos of rice go for 40 days?
Well, 1 kilo of rice has seven scoops in it.
So that's 7 servings.
So you know, one scoop is roughly 1.5 or 1.25 deciliter, and so it's we count it as 1 kilo as 7 servings when we give our rice out. So 2 kilos, 14 servings, and if so you have that in perspective. Many families here are 5, 6, 7. There is homes where up to 15 people live.
Yeah,
You get 2 kilo of rice, it's one day.
There's some people here that are okay.
Yeah, oh yeah,
There's some
many
people
Filipinos.
There's some people that are well off. There's some people that are, getting by. But there is a lot of poverty, and there are some areas where there's young families with young children, and they have to work, no food, nothing, absolutely nothing,
Right.
and nobody helps.
So,
we need to
yeah, so we've been
be
out there,
conscious and try to
and obviously what we can do is just a drop in the bucket. But you do
you do what you can.
and that's one less family that was starving that day. That's the way I have to look at it.
There's always a possibility for something new.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Umberto. That is a little update from our life in the Philippines. Quarantine goes on May 15 this time, and we are probably going to come back, and hopefully by May 15 we are allowed to start going out again and go about life.
It will be really nice to be able to get around again.
Yeah.
Return to a normal for everything, for everybody. Because I believe also that having people locked down for such a long period of time, it affects them psychologically.
Oh yeah. Psychologically, families are, families are on top of each other all the time.
Oh God, if I was married,
You're not. You're not. So you're not. Well, I mean, for us, it hasn't been a problem. I kept myself busy. I do some work 3-4 days a week and all remote.
always practice.
So my life really never changed, except that I can't get on my bike and take off for a couple of days. All right, guys, that was it from our life in the Philippines for today.
God bless.
God bless, and
Stay
have
safe.
a nice day. Stay safe, and go by the rules until this is over. God bless.
Just 2 shots.
It shall pass.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Wait, don't click that button unless, of course, you hit the subscribe button. And then you can move on. And while you're down there, hit the notification button as well. And if you leave a like or a comment, we will personally respond to you on all or any request you might have. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you again